The world of the Greek city-states and of classical Greek freedom collapsed, disappeared, fell because of the dictator Philip of Macedon and his son. The son was crazy, he was paranoid, but history is written by the victors. My historical interpretation follows the one Father Juan de Mariana makes in his History of Spain. This is the only history written from the liberal point of view, against dictators, against Caesarism. But since history is written by the victors, well, Alexander the Great has a good reputation, and Julius Caesar has a good reputation, and yet they were tyrants. As you know, 30-some senators stabbed Julius Caesar, and each one had to stab him once. There were even a few who could not make it, and so instructed others, "Hey, you stab him once for me." You are familiar with Father Juan de Mariana's theory of tyrannicide. It is just to kill a tyrant. Not only is it just, but people have a moral duty to stab a tyrant. But, I repeat, it is the victors who write history. And the interpretation is that the world of the city-states was corrupt, and that the only solution was a unification. That required a leader. There is always a rationalization. And who better than Philip or his son? It is also said that this permitted the expansion of the Hellenistic world throughout Asia. We know that Alexander the Great almost reached India. When he died, everything crumbled, and his generals divided up the empire. Egypt went to the general Ptolemy. In the end, it is not really known what happened. Whether the Eastern world was Hellenized or the Hellenistic world was Easternized. It was more the latter, because ultimately the Ptolemies in Egypt surrounded themselves with the aura of the pharaohs. Cleopatra was simply a successor to the Ptolemies, that is, to Alexander the Great's Greek general who received Egypt. Why am I mentioning this? Because in the so-called Hellenistic world, in Egypt, a banking system was again developed, and we have important information about it as well. It is important because in the Egypt of the Ptolemies, the first government bank in history emerged. There was a state-owned bank based in Alexandria, and numerous private bankers operated alongside it. An incomplete document was found which contains daily account records of a rural bank and shows that money was deposited in the bank by linen merchants, textile workers, tailors, silversmiths, goldsmiths, and even a tinker, and a highly sophisticated, in fact almost a double-entry accounting system emerged in the Hellenistic world. So, conclusions about Greece and the Hellenistic world. The first documents revealing the wrongdoing of bankers. The first documented case of a bank bailout system in Ephesus. The privilege of not returning deposits for 10 years. The first government bank in Alexandria, in the Egypt of the Ptolemies. It was so influential that when Rome conquered Egypt, there was even the temptation to create, in the Roman Empire, a government bank using as a model the one that existed in Cleopatra's Egypt. However, fortunately for Rome, that never happened.